Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Raine Plays. Today, we are in Newcrest. My first choice was Avarice Acres, which I renamed Oscar's Acres. This is Oscar Weatherby, and believe it or not, he's a scientist. I chose it because my intention was to play him, and play him I did. I had so much fun. It's been so long since I played a sim. I started him on the first day of spring, and when I did the walkthrough, it was the first day of summer, and I gave the seasons 14 days. I went to work with him every day. I just forgot how much fun you could have. Yeah, it's frustrating. There are a few frustrating things about it. But overall, I love this game. I had so much fun with this guy. He's silly. I love their laugh. It's so adorable. When he's at work, he's basically what you would call a jackass, right? A lot of the things they ask him to do make him seem like a complete and utter jerk. But you have to do them in order to, oh, here we go with the words again. They're escaping me. Get a promotion. So he has to freeze people and try and get DNA samples. That's a tough one. I don't know why no one at the office will give a DNA sample, but it's required, and yet no one will do it. So the secretary is a guy, and he's in love with Oscar here. And there's something wrong with my CC again, because I went to not the Spice Fair, but I went to that neighborhood, San Myshuno, for a fair. I believe it was a love fair. And the minute we all spawned, my MC command came up and said that there was a bad CC item. And I kept looking at everybody. I'm like, well, other than the hair, everybody at work is wearing really funky hairdos. All of the guys have this really long, thick, curly hair that's pushed to one side off of one shoulder. I know it's a female hairstyle, but EA gave all these guys that hairstyle, and it never shows up when I'm at work, so it had to have been an outfit, because there were some new people there, some new women and a couple men that I had, well, I mean, I know them from the other worlds, but I couldn't recognize. I did not think I had any clothing CC. Maybe it is a hairstyle. But I don't know that any of my hairstyles go out. They're all Birch hair. And he's never had one go out of style. Out of commission is what I'm going to say. It happens, so I'll have to go into that and try and figure it out, or get rid of all my CC again. Because, like I said, I'm pretty sure the only CC I have in here right now is hair. Oh well. Not that big of a deal. It only happened at one time, but the coworker was female. It's the only female coworker that they have. All the rest of them are guys. And she kept flirting with him, and then she'd call him after work, and every time something came up, she'd say, "Well, you want to go here with me? You want to do this with me? You want to..." I'm like, leave me alone. He had to get flirty with her once for Love Day. And I think once, well, we tried it. He had to give her a love serum, or he had to drink. It's called rose serum. I can't remember who had to drink it. But those were their only two real interactions. But she ended up getting him to go to it was like a flea market. He did that with her that one time. And then the next day we went to work and she's pregnant. She was pregnant, and it wasn't Oscar, so I don't know what happened. It was weird. He also got abducted, but thankfully, he's not able to get pregnant. That's just too weird for me. I'm sorry. Maybe down the line I might take a chance and say, you know what? Let's go out on a limb and just do things that we don't normally like doing. But not right now. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying getting back into the game. My biggest concern is that it's not going to be exciting for you guys to watch. Because when he's at home, everything records fine. As a matter of fact, this was an absolutely beautiful. Oh, it was so, I did not even want to raise this house up. I probably should have at least one and given them a step. But man, it's so nice to be back on solid ground again. So the walkthrough, I don't know. It's a little iffy and shaky. But not nearly as fast as those apartments. I didn't go flying, off balconies and out of roofs, and none of that happened. But it is recording still a little on the fast side. But hopefully it looks nice. I cut out as much of the janky as I could. I hope you enjoy it. The build here, it wasn't difficult. I kind of leaned on everything I learned in all those previous builds. But like I said, I just wanted to get in and start playing. So I kind of slapped this together. It didn't require a ton of thought. And that might show, and I'll apologize for that now. But again, my goal was to get in and just start playing the game again. And I did, and I had fun. His favorite color apparently is red. Well, his favorite colors are red and black. Everything that came up in cast, I did change him. I changed his clothes, but he was already wearing something black or something red or something with black or something with red in it. And I just kind of went with it. So all of his clothing items are like that. And then I decided to make his house like that. And that doesn't bother me too much. I hope it doesn't bother you guys. I never liked or considered myself themey, but apparently I am. Again, it doesn't bother me as much as I thought it might, and I just hope it doesn't bother you guys either. But yeah, he got abducted by an alien while working on his rocket ship. He's not an astronaut. He's a scientist right now. But after the scientist career, that's my second favorite one, is being an astronaut. I'm pretty sure that I've done both the outlaw and the protector in the astronaut career, but I've never gotten very far in either of those. So I'd like to try that, see what happens. Again, when I'm in Newcrest, my goal is to fill it up with all of my own people with their own respective careers and their own respective goals and love life and things like that. And then one by one, I kind of eliminate the townies. And then the world is just filled with my people. I almost sound like a dictator, or maybe I do sound like a dictator, but it's a game, right? I guess that aspect of gameplay makes me, gosh, is there any part of the gameplay that does not make me sound like an awful person? I don't know. Hey, I'm learning about myself, and I guess I am an awful person. That's kind of sad. Let's see, I gave him a huge garden. I tried desperately not to cheat. Now you'll notice he has a lot of money here to work with. I like that they get, I call it a stock dividend. Once a week, if you complete the, fabulously wealthy career aspiration or something like that, once a week you'll get a dividend based on your income and how much your house is worth, I think. I like that because I always start out thinking, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put them down to bare bones and see how long it takes, for them to build up or go bust. And it never works out that way. I always end up catering and spoiling and giving. But I think I've mentioned that before. I want them to have everything I never had. I want them to enjoy their fake life as much as they can. So it's difficult for me to make them suffer. And when I watch, not even necessarily playthroughs, they're playthroughs. They make me very sad. They depress me when the sim is suffering that much. And it's like, it's obvious you've never been there. You have no idea what the reality is. And that's why you're okay with this. I am there. And I've been here for a while. There's Mr. Handsome. We're going to go on our after tour now. So for this type of a game where you can completely escape reality, they're going to have it all. It's just, I can't get around it. When I originally started playing this game, my thought was to, how would you say this? Have the world they're in revolve around story ideas or stories I've already written or stories that are works in progress. And I did do that for a while, and it was interesting because it was a help in that if I was stuck on a scene or I felt like the story was kind of dead ending too soon, I would plunk them down here in Newcrest and try to give them as close as possible to a career that they had in the story and what they look like in the story. And I would just play them. And most of the time, either something would click, the creative juices would start flowing, and I'd go, yeah, why don't I try this? Why don't I? So I'd start taking notes and writing this down. It was helpful. It was really, really helpful. But now that I'm writing fantasy, romance, not so much. This is not Otherworld. It's not about vampires or the realm of magic. That's got nothing to do with it. This is Otherworld living, and it's kind of hard to make that gel with The Sims 4, because The Sims 4, from that perspective only, is a little too realistic. But I don't suppose it would hurt to try. See if I can't make it work. Now, as I said, this is probably going to look very generic to you, and if it does, I'm sorry. But I didn't want to think too hard on the build. I just really wanted to get back into the game. And I am so happy that I did. I had the funnest 24 hours of my life. And that doesn't mean I didn't go to sleep. It means that I've been playing this, since yesterday around 10 a.m. And today it is almost 8 o'clock. So, all right, a little less than 24 hours. Nearly 24 hours of play, and I'm just having a blast. I love this game. It's so weird. But it's one of those games where it can get tiring very fast. And you need a break. But breaks are good. Breaks are good for a lot of things. And this game is one of them. It gets old real quick. But if you just step back for a day or even a day or two, and then you go back into it, it's like you've been gone for a couple months and you just can't wait to get back in. And it's not a game that you would ever one-time only game. Kind of like Spyro is for me. The Spyro series and the Tack series and what's the other one from Australia that I really enjoyed? He looked like a bunny rabbit, but I think he was a kangaroo? Horrible with names, and you know that, but my platform games, I can go back to them again and again and again, and I never get tired of it. So it's kind of almost like watching YouTube reruns. Some of them are worth watching more than once. Others, you saw it once and it's like, okay, well. And there's just no desire to go back. I think I showed a little bit too much of this bathroom, and sorry for the inappropriateness there. I kept forgetting about the num keypad here on the right. All you have to do is hit 0 and it pauses. Oh, I had fun. I really had fun. I can't wait to make him a girlfriend. I have age up turned off for everybody until this world is complete. Now, I might go back, tweak his house, even tweak him. I don't know. Right now, he's just here for me so that I can play. I have no idea what the future is going to hold for this guy. He's very cute, though. You know who he is? He's the male version of that girl that shows up from time to time in Cass with the short jet black hair and the little mole, and she's got the dark lips and the black eyes, and she wears too much makeup and kind of funky looking clothes. That's her in male form. You can kind of see her if you get really close. She popped up and I'm like, you again, huh? And then I thought, let's try you as a guy. If you can't tell, I kind of prefer playing guys over girls. Not all the time. When I have a couple, I have a ball. The hardest part for me with that is, should I give him a kid? No, it's too difficult to give him a kid, especially a newborn. And newborns are so adorable in this game, but it's like, no, let him stay young and happy a little while longer. So all these things, I'm going to have to learn how to get over. That's video material. So I'm not going to be complaining too much. But I'm very scared that I'm not going to be able to do it. I think I was in the middle of telling you that I gave him a lot of things for work. And I gave him a lot of the gardening supplies. We worked very hard on our bee situation, and our bee friend meter is all the way maxed. But they still get irritable, and I don't know if it's because we've been having too many thunderstorms or something. But I try to stay on top of them. I don't know how they're helping. I'm also cheating a little bit with evolving. I just want to see what happens, and I do get mail in the mailbox other than bills. I don't know what I'm getting, because there's too much stuff in my inventory, but I'm very excited about that. There's a couple other things I need to find out, because like I said, there have been so many updates between the time I last played. I have no idea anymore. But thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.